Thank you.
Yeah.
So did you. Everything looks wonderful. Bye.
Stand by, Mr. DeMille.
Please tell me you're not going to do your Roy Orbison imitation for us today.
I'm running scared.
Oh, brother.
Anyway, I love Roy Orbison. You know how I
do
love
too.
Roy Orbison. I have Roy's
Yes, you
greatest
do.
hits. I have Roy's redos of his greatest hits.
My college roommate was
Yeah.
a big Roy Orbison fan.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
all
so
I heard.
sad he's gone. He died way before his time.
Right.
He was a very talented man. He really was. I do look a little like Roy Orbison, don't I?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Do I really look like Roy Orbison?
I really don't care.
Let's see if we can get the witch in and see what it is we're supposed to do here.
Whoa.
She's coming. The witch is in.
And she's there.
Oh, and she's bearing food.
Gifts. How nice.
She is bearing food.
Here she goes.
No, wait a minute.
Oh, I'm
She has
sorry.
something she has to tell me.
Oh.
She says,
Uh-huh.
too bad we don't have a letter. That's what she said. She says, now get your tongue out of there. And she said, do something with the celery. Well, that's
How
not very
rude.
nice. Out of here you go.
Really?
Well, actually, we are going to do something with celery.
I'm
I'm
not.
going to have it in a pasta salad.
I'm not. I
What
don't
are you
have
gonna
any
do?
celery. I'm
Oh,
going to
okay.
do... Now, here's my question for the day. Is it minestrone or minestrone?
I don't know. Let's take a vote.
Anybody?
All on the staff, everyone that thinks that it's minestrone, say aye.
Aye.
Everybody that says minestrone, well, you see, there the ayes have it. See, this is
Okay.
the great thing about
That's all
this.
I wanted to know.
Great thing about this show is it's a nice
Surf's up.
combined effort,
Really?
an ensemble.
Ensemble.
As you will. I'm going to be doing quick minestrone.
No, you're not. I am. You big
See if you're
dope.
paying attention. I'm going to do Italian pasta salad, sent in
Yum.
by the very lovely Gloria Evans of Richmond, Virginia. And Doris is here today.
What's she doing?
And she is going to do a pesto fagioli and pasta, sent in by Susan Burstein of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And this is the fagioli, is a recipe that I personally chose because it happens to be one of my favorite Italian soups. You ever have it when you go into an Italian restaurant? You ought to. You know what it is?
I love Italian
But basically,
food.
it's pasta and beans. Am I correct? Pasta? Well, I guess I could look at the recipe and tell you that. It's pasta and beans.
And beans
And
and
lots
pasta.
of garlic. Do you put lots of garlic in it?
But it's no longer soup.
Oh, it's no longer soup.
It's now paper paste.
Anyway, go right on ahead.
Okay, I'm going to throw in... Oh, I've started a blaze here,
Put a
ladies and
lid
gentlemen.
on it.
2 cans of low-sodium chicken broth to start this whole baby off. It's quite a good recipe. It's very simple, very fast. And into that, we're going to start dumping a whole bunch of things. I'm going to start off with zucchini. You cannot have minestrone without zucchini, you know.
Well,
And we're going to dice that up, and you're going to add 2 cups of that to the mixture.
Now, be careful with your fingers.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I know you get upset.
I'm just so afraid. You know, he's young and inexperienced.
I'm new.
And new. Actually, he's not young.
Hey.
He's older than I am.
Oh, you have to bring that up every little time, don't
He's
you?
older than I am.
It's 2 months, people. It's only 2
Anyway, that's
months.
okay.
I mean, ridiculous. I've never heard of anything like it in my life.
No, what are you chopping at?
No, I'm dicing it.
Oh, okay.
You know, that Ron Popeil kind of thing. You know this is going to be good.
Oh, it has to be. I love this stuff.
I do, too.
But I thought minestrone was served cold. I guess you can serve it hot or cold.
It's a hot
It's hot?
soup. Yeah.
Minestrone is? What am I thinking of? Some other Italian soup.
Vichyssoise. I don't know.
No, not vichyssoise. I think minestrone can be served cold.
No, it's always hot.
Unless you forget to heat it up. Well, maybe that's what I did.
Well, you're so desperate, you eat it right out of the can.
To heat it up.
Well, you're pathetic, Larry.
You know why I'm wearing the glasses today? I never got to explain this.
Well, I can only assume it was from yesterday.
Well, yeah, I didn't get home last night, and this is the same outfit I had on right down. No, I'm just kidding.
I know, 'cause I was
people
there.
think these glasses are funny, and today on the way in, I thought, well, I'll just wear them on the air.
Well, they're quite festive.
And share them with millions.
You had a great party yesterday, by the way.
Thank you.
So-
Whew, I'm still tired.
Well, I bet.
Can I start doing something here? I mean, you know, I'd like for you to have the entire show, but, you know. No. First thing we got to do on this one is you have to do a pound of seashell macaroni cooked.
Seashell.
And
Does it have to be
seashell
seashell?
macaroni. If you hold these up to your ear,
You can.
you're well beat of cheese. And look what happens when you put this in the refrigerator overnight. 1 lump or 20? I mean, how am I going to, I guess it'll come loose. Don't you reckon these big lumpy lumps will come loose once I put the oil in there? I guess I could have heated it up, but I didn't want to. Now, the rest of the show is just good. This is one of those shows that drives our audience to the point of distraction. Our audience hates shows like this. You know why?
Because
all we do is chop and open cans is all we do. So you got your pound of seashell macaroni in there, already cooked, and then you start adding a whole bunch of other stuff to it. And one of the things we're going to add is, who was that lady? Used to be on the Gary Moore show.
Oh, yeah.
Remember her? She sounded like Porky Pig, except she wasn't.
Yeah.
Patricia Pig. That's her name. I'll think of her name in a minute.
Yeah, who cares?
Well, nobody cares anyway, and she's been gone for a long time. Sliced ripe olives. I love this recipe.
Well,
I just know it's going to be a good one. Now, what I'm going to have to do is chop at this point provolone cheese, hard salami, some pepperoni, and by the way, turkey pepperoni today because I wanted it to be good.
Okay, what's the point?
And some tomatoes.
You know, no self-respecting Italian would use turkey pepperoni.
Well, you know, I'll be honest with you.
You don't care.
Right now is the first time I've even noticed it.
Okay.
You know, I don't like packaging anymore. It all looks alike.
Well, that's true.
You know, they change
that
like
really
they change like the color of the label in the corner or something that you wouldn't notice.
Here's another thing. They have this chicken broth, you know, and it has like 18 different varieties.
Low salt.
Low salt,
yeah.
Italian, something with, you know.
They got a broth that is so thin that the chicken just like walked through it.
Right.
That's all. And
Man, this is taking forever.
it's not very funny, but it does happen sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. So chop, 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 chop. Tell me a story, Doug. You're full of stories.
Once upon a time.
No, not one of those.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Take this home to Mama.
Oh, thank you.
She'll enjoy it. She'll love you for it. I can only use so much of this. So the great thing about celery is it keeps for a very long time. Beautiful, very lovely. How much? 1 whole one?
I have to tell you,
One green pepper chopped. Okay. And rip the innards out of it.
I've been getting a lot of feedback, if you pardon the bad pun, of that fish thing we did.
Somebody put a little email on my computer today and said somebody from Richmond, I believe, said they thought it was a little bit uptown for our show. But they liked it anyway. I mean, they didn't cast asparagus remarks off on me. But they did. They thought it was just, you know, our audience is very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a good place to stop.
I know.
It's not a good place. Why did I start this conversation? No, you know, they look after us. They want to make sure that we stay on the straight and narrow on this show, that we don't go too far afield, as it were, from the concept of cooking cheap. They really do. They'll call our hand on it in a heartbeat.
You know, well, we were like putting out a small loan to get that fish. Anyway.
Well, yeah.
There's a reason why I don't like fish.
Well, you know, technically, if you're cooking cheap, about the only thing you could cook with seafood would be tuna fish, which
is a personal favorite of mine.
Next week, I think,
you know.
and possibly catfish, which is catfish fillets, very reasonably priced.
And it's always on sale.
It's always on
which is
sale.
probably not a good sign.
I think that they're overproducing catfish or something.
Well, they're farming it now.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
We got little tractors and
really.
And
they're little John Deeres.
well,
Oh God, I'm in trouble for. Okay.
all right.
I have the zucchini in. It's lovely. It's doing well. Oops, here's the thing I sent to Spoon Heaven.
Is that the one that you baked last week
Yeah,
or
yeah,
week
yeah,
before
yeah,
last or whatever it was?
yeah. Fine.
I do not have plastic spoons around my kitchen anymore.
Put a quarter of a teaspoon of
don't trust
pepper
myself.
in. I can't remember. I couldn't care. I like pepper in any
Oh,
variety.
I do too. Just throw it on there.
Yep. And just keep a stir. And we're going to bring all this to a boil. with all these other fine ingredients.
I think it was the evil Mr. Wilkins. You remember that evil soul?
Yep.
Evil Mr. Wilkins, a
Yep.
mutual friend of ours,
Yep.
who taught me the terrible habit. I'm going to take a little of this pepperoni. It calls actually for a half a pound. Well, we'll get close to it. But anyway, huh? A fourth of a pound, thank you.
You've
She's
been
so
told.
strict.
Really?
And I'm going to chop that. I'm going to chop that up a little bit. Well, you know, it's funny. I have to admit that I pre-opened this package, and yesterday put a little,
did you
just
snack
used
some?
just a little bit of it on some pizza that I had laying around the house that I was trying to reconstitute and bring back to life. And I didn't think that this pepperoni put out as much grease as I like for it
Well, that's
to.
because of the turkey thing.
Well, see, now I figured it out. Well, I figured it out the long, hard way the next day, you see.
Uh-huh.
Isn't food funny?
Funny food. Oops.
But I did. I put it in, and I thought, well, this will be a good greasy pizza. You know, I think once in a while you need grease.
Well, you know, that's... Oh, never mind. I can't
And
talk
it didn't
about
happen. Well, grease is the word.
that. Yeah, but it's good.
Anyway, so we're going to chop that up. I'm being much too delicate.
If you have been
with this. You could eat
overserved,
these
you know
whole
grease
without
is-
dying, you know. What?
If you've been overserved, eating grease the next morning is really good for you.
Oh, yes, it is true. There's nothing like a greasy breakfast or a greasy burger to
Oh,
take
and
care
you
of
just
the you-know-what the
You
next
just
morning.
run.
Okay,
Larry's
now
wearing
put that
his
in
glasses.
here. There we go.
Oh, that's looking pretty.
People are learning far more than they need to. Go ahead.
Right. Okay, take a can of kidney beans, drain it, and add it to your soup. Oops.
I don't think this bowl is big enough for the salad. The salad's, it's getting huger and huger all the time. Oh, I would get hard salami.
Now, get a can of stewed tomatoes Italian style, and you're going to put the juice into the soup mixture, and then we're going to roughly chop the contents of this can. Oops. Okay. This is just looking so good to me.
Have you tried this before?
What?
This recipe that you're doing? Have you
No,
tried it before?
but I love minestrones.
Yeah, I do too. Are we going to a bigger bowl? Ladies and gentlemen, we're having to switch to bowl number 2.
This will be...
The lovely Doris has just brought in a bigger bowl because this thing it's getting too big. I think it's all that macaroni salad is what it is. Look at that. And it's still in there in big clumps. And beat it. Just hit it. Hit it with your horn. There we go. Oh, my. What a mess. Okay. Well, we'll get the rest of those lumps out somewhere down the line, I guess. This is the bad thing about having to prepare stuff well in advance. But it said it was supposed to be cooled. I even put a little bit of oil in it, and so normally that does not happen. Well, that's all right. Got a good ring to it, don't you think?
I also have to add some pasta, but mine is uncooked. Oops, and I'm just spilling it all over the joint.
Uncooked.
Uncooked.
Is it going to get done in time?
Well, they say. So a half a cup of your favorite little pasta. Oh, well, I liked elbow.
I know what it is. Gazpacho.
That's cold.
It's gazpacho that you can eat either hot or cold,
And
but usually
it does look very similar.
usually
You're
cold.
absolutely right.
See?
There you
See?
go. I'm proud of you,
It's
Larry.
the glasses.
I also added 2 cloves of garlic minced. You gotta love the garlic.
There goes the salami in. And now we've got the provolone, the cheese.
Yum, yum, yum.
Now, is it provolone or provolone?
Provolone.
Everyone who thinks it's provolone, say ah.
Aye.
Everyone who thinks it's provolone, say ah. Everyone who doesn't care one way or the other, say ah. It's a cynical bunch here today.
Boy, are they mean. They just turned on us something fierce. I'm going to add a 10-ounce package of frozen peas and carrots now.
Ooh.
But you thaw it out.
Thaw it.
Yeah,
Thaw it.
thaw it. I'm from the Midwest, you know.
I have got to get going on this. It's not going quickly because I'm just diddling and dawdling here.
Ooh, this
The
is
cheese I'm blocking and chunking. I've got to get. This is silly. We're doing a salad, and I'm not going to get done because I'm messing around.
Isn't this pretty?
Put that in there.
Look at this. Isn't this good?
Oh, that is nice. Now, if the macaroni will just get done instead of putting my teeth out. I'm having a crown Friday, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you?
I guess we may as well just finish it off right here on the set.
Well, why not?
I was having a fine dinner and crunched down on a great big old piece of bread down at the Ritz the other night and took out half my molar. Well, it wasn't their fault. It really wasn't. It had been going for some time. So we're going for the crown.
Oh. Speaking of taking out loans.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, yes, it's about $700 or $800, I think.
Oh.
And the worst thing is I'm spending all that money and you'll never even see it because it's way back here.
I would show it if I were you.
Well, how am I going to do that,
Just
for
go,
heaven's sake? $700. Perhaps you're right. Moving right along, I just tell you, this is wearing me out. $4,000.
4,000?
I didn't pay that for my car. What's wrong with you?
You could buy a house for that.
$4,000. What'd you have done? Well, she's going to tell us off camera what she's. That's fine, Doris. Thank you for sharing that with us. Okay. You want to read your? Oh, you got one more thing?
Yep. Oh.
Fun. Fun.
But I have to wait for this little baby to
Tomato
boil.
smells good, but you just know at this time of the year it's anybody's guess.
I got some great ones down on the market
How
last
good
week.
and/or bad it might be. Now, I also have to put in green olives. A small jar of green olives whole. Well, I have a
whole
large.
jar, or
what?
a whole jar?
Well, a small jar of whole. What are you doing to me?
Say what?
Just try to confuse me.
Me?
So I'm just going to put in.
Would I do that
much.
to you?
And onion.
Are you worn out or something?
Well, I mean, this thing just goes on and on, but I'm sure it's worth it.
Looks good.
I'm sure it's just going to be fabulous, but I still have to make the dressing that goes on it.
Oh,
too.
really?
Would you like to tell what's in yours,
Sure,
or are
I'd
you
be
still
happy
working
to.
on putting things in yours?
I'm doing quick minestrone, 2 cups of diced zucchini, half a cup of macaroni uncooked, 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper, 2 cloves garlic mince, 2 cans low-sodium chicken broth, 1 can Italian-style stewed tomatoes undrained and coarsely chopped, 1 can kidney beans drained, 1 package frozen peas and carrots thawed, and we're going to add a half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese at the very end.
All right.
You serve it. Yum, yum.
I'll give mine too and make it a little easier for Miss Carol. We do put her through it, don't we? Italian pasta salad. The salad part is 1/4 pound of pepperoni, cubed or diced, a half a pound of salami, that's optional, cubed or diced, a half a pound of provolone cheese, cubed or diced, 1 small jar of green olives, a small jar of black olives, 3 tomatoes chopped. Oh, I've left one out. I can go back and get that one. A green pepper, a whole one chopped, 2 onions chopped. I used 1 big one. Do you suppose they'll let me do that? 4 ribs of celery chopped, and a pound of seashell macaroni. A little bit of sea in every one. Be dressing. Is 1½ teaspoons of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, a teaspoon of oregano, 3/4 cup of olive oil or olive oil. Well,
Are we repeating
That
ourselves?
isn't what that's. Yeah. 3/4 cup of oil or olive oil.
Oh, I see.
And a 1/4 cup of vinegar. So anyway, in here goes the onion. Boom. Isn't this huge? This must serve like
47
600 people. 600 people.
Like this.
What I'm going to do here in a minute is I'm going to set myself up to do the dressing. Are you finished, by the way?
No.
No. Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
No, I have to wait for just a secondo.
No, I want you to go right
No,
now.
I don't want to do it right now. Leave me alone.
Well, let's get Doris in.
Okay, oh, yeah. I
Let's
remember
do
her.
that. When things start getting a little dull around here,
We bring in Doris.
We bring in the.
Comic relief.
Well, don't know what she's going to think of that remark, but anyway, let me get this out of the way, Doris, and I'll grab your mic and we'll go from there.
We'll sing a few tunes and. Oh, no.
Oh, she's gotten used to doing it herself.
You know, I
now.
thought you
She
had to
doesn't
mix
want
up your stuff.
Do it anymore.
Okay, I had to do what Larry said was supposed to be a soup. Well, it takes 1 pound of cooked pasta of your choice, Italian tomato sauce, 1 can of pork and beans, 2 cans of water, a pinch of hot pepper your choice, a half a teaspoon of minced garlic, a half a teaspoon Italian seasoning, and then you put it, grated cheese on top. Well, I had to make mine a couple hours ago. And this is a recipe you're going to have to make ahead, because that definitely is not soup.
But I don't think that's soup.
Really, because
You know what the problem is
you
here?
make it ahead, you've got spaghetti.
Do you know what the problem is here? You've got 40 times more pasta than
No,
you need.
it says 1 pound of cooked pasta of your choice, and that's 1 pound.
I'm going to take you downtown. You know, we have some of those fine Brazilian, Italian restaurants downtown. Listen to me. Listen to me.
I'm listening.
I'm going to take you down, and I'm going to order it for you, and go see what it looks like. It's very thin.
Right, it was.
All right.
And when I first made it, it was very thin, and it was very juicy, and and it was. And I wondered, I thought it was supposed to be spaghetti, but that's what it turned out like. It said put cheese on it, so eat it as spaghetti today.
Well, now how are we supposed to eat it? Was it a fork or?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Very lovely Doris, and a disaster on her hands. I have a fagioli, and I can tell you that doesn't look anything like fagioli. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to add a half a cup of Parmesan to the soup now, and right at the end you just pour that in and turn off your little, and let that just flavors infuse, because then I infuse, and I'm going to, bless you, goodness.
Too much pepper. Too much pepper.
Too much allergy.
Yeah.
That's what I have. I'm
Well,
sorry to
there's a lot
say.
of- Is that it?
That's it. I'm through,
It's
and
beautiful.
there it is, and it's beauteous.
That is. It's wonderful. Now I need to make a little dressing, and I kept this virgin olive oil in the refrigerator last night with the rest of my stuff in it. It's crystallized, or so there's a big blob in there. Anyway, so you start out with a little bit of olive oil. You can actually use regular oil if you want to, about 1/4 cup or so. Just kind of, where's the lid? Make it up as you go along. And I have brought in some real fine white wine vinegar. You can use just plain old white vinegar. And so it's a 1/4 cup of vinegar.
I appreciate the effort, though,
What's that?
of the bringing in the good
Actually,
stuff.
it's 3/4 of a cup of oil, so I need to put just a little bit more in there. That's close enough. All right, I'm making it up anyway. I'm not measuring any of it anyway, so what's it really matter? A little bit of oregano goes in there. A little oregano, a little salt, and a little pepper.
Ooh.
More than a little.
Oh, we like pepper.
Oh, that's all right. We both love it. We both adore it. It's not too much for something this large. And now we're going to toss this, and we need to get over there.
Mix, mix, toss,
Mix,
toss.
mix, toss, toss. Quick,
mix,
quick.
mix.
Let's go. Let's
going
get the
over.
thing. And there's a big lump. Get rid of that.
Well,
Put that over there. There's another big lump. Get rid of that. Put it over there. Okay. I think we're ready to go.
Forget it. I'm here to stay.
I'm telling you, sometimes getting this show off of the ground floor is...
Just not worth it. Sorry.
That soup smells wonderful. Would you like some of Doris's soup?
Sure. Larry, you're on my thing again.
Would you like... There you go.
Ooh.
Well, I tell you, this does smell good. It really does. And here, let me present you with a little of this
Little
lovely... You're gonna have
salad.
to put your
I'll even bring my plate over
Put
to
your plate
you.
over here. Now, of course, you know, this lovely dressing hasn't had time
To marinate.
to marinate, as they call it here in Southwest Virginia. But if it did marinate, it
Doris
would
must think I'm a
just be
pig,
wonderful.
so I'll do this.
What, did she put the trough out again?
Well, she gave me 100 napkins. She's seen me, I guess, eat before.
There we go. I can't wait to try to find a place to put all this stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You've covered up the holes in your microphone.
Oh.
You can't read everything.
Well, maybe that would be better.
I'm going to try
This is good.
I'm going to try
This is excellent.
Is it really?
Yep.
Oh, great.
I
This
love
is
it.
so pretty. I love it. Do you like peas? I do too.
One of my faves.
Well, I got a hanger there. Oh, it's so.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. Should we try Miss Doris's?
Yeah, let's try Miss Doris's soup. You know, Miss Doris doesn't have many failures.
I know.
And she swears she did what she was supposed to. You've had fagioli, haven't you?
Have I had what?
Fagioli.
Oh, yeah. This ain't nothing like that.
This ain't no fagioli. You know what?
What?
This tastes like beans and pasta. She's just invented a brand new dish. Beans and pasta. It's an old Southern dish.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So I haven't tried
I
my own salad yet. I've been so busy munching on everything else. You know? You're right. That's good.
Yep.
Nice and light. It's a great summer salad.
Yum. This is so good.
And right now, I have a huge piece of pasta lodged right here. Getting ready to die.
Please let it be yours and not mine, because I'll never hear the end of it. Bye.